Hi guys, how you doing? In this episode, I will talk to you about how you can increase your chances of getting 75 or 85 questions on Nclex. Number one, do not expect to know everything. Okay, this is Nclex we're talking about. This is not your typical test or quiz that you get in nursing school. You go to where you go to class and you read the chapter that your professor assigned ahead of time. You read, you study, and then you take that quiz or that test, and everything is very planned. Everything you know that what kind of questions you'll get approximately. You studied cardiac system, then you will get cardiac questions. This is not like that. So do not treat Nclex like one of your tests or quizzes. And I know, guys, you are not treating Nclex in this way, but a lot of people, I see what they do. They try to study like so much, and I get that, because Nclex is purely content-based exam. But at the same time, you cannot cover everything, and you gotta know it. So do not expect to know everything, because even if you look at doctors or nurse practitioners or very experienced nurses, they don't know everything. When they don't know something, they look it up. That's why, guys, I think if you're one of those people who very detail oriented, it's extremely good, and it's very important for the career in general. But this exam shouldn't be treated like type of exam where you will cover everything, and you will go and you will see the questions that you covered in your materials. It doesn't matter how much you study. You can study for 5 years, and you will go to take the Nclex, and you will see questions or you will see the stuff that you've never seen before. So do not treat it this way, and you will be fine. Number two, do not expect to have 75 questions. Please, 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 please do not expect to have 75 questions. It's very, I think it's one of the biggest mistakes that nursing students make. They expect 75 questions, and when they get to the question number 76 or 77, they feel lost, and they feel like they're failing. In fact, they're not really failing, they're just getting more questions, and that's fine, guys. Because your success is not measured by the number of questions that you're getting. Your success is measured by passing or not passing, basically, right? So even if you're getting 76, 176, 265, I won't say 276, but anyways, 265 questions, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you pass. Okay, so do not treat yourself like, hey, I'm getting more questions. Like Tiffany got 75 questions, Carly got 75 questions, I don't know, Ali got 75 questions, and I'm not getting 75 questions. I'm stupid. No, you're not stupid. Focus on the questions. Don't focus on the number of questions. Okay, that's silly. Just don't do that. Okay. Number three, do not expect to have a perfect day on your exam day. I remember my exam day. I had a cold, plus it was a snowy day. Thank you, Canada. Really love you. No, seriously, I do. And so I remember, I woke up in the morning, I ate breakfast, I took a bus to the Pearson Center, and in the middle, okay, so I don't know exactly where I was, closer to the subway station. Yeah, closer to the subway station. It broke. So I was like, come on, So just stay with me for a second. I had a cold. It was a snowy day. It's minus, I don't know, 10, 15 outside, and my bus broke. I was like, come on, like, why is it happening to me, but it happens, guys, and it may happen to you. So I took an Uber to the subway, and but it wasn't bad. Like, it was like a maybe 20-minute ride, so it wasn't that bad. Like, I took subway there, and when I got to the Pearson Center, it yeah, I almost broke the locker and the key. So so what happened was, so this lady, she gave me a key for locker number 2. For some reason, I don't know, I didn't see the number like on the key or something. I tried to open a locker number 7 for some reason. I like number 7, I guess. That's why. Yeah, so I tried and I almost broke the key with the locker. Like, it was ridiculous. Thankfully, the lady said, like, I gave you, like, the key for the locker number 2, so you used locker number 2. Yeah, thank you if you're watching this. So I almost broke it, and everyone was looking at me like, this guy's crazy. Even I kind of like started doubting myself, because I was like, I'm about to take Nclex, one of the hardest exams like out there, and here I am, like, being challenged by the locker. So honestly, tons of things like can happen, guys, and you can really do with them like anything, right? So that's why, really, take it easy. Like, don't stress yourself. Like, if you get into this kind of stuff, don't be afraid. Don't stress yourself out, because I'm a strong believer that whatever happens for the best. Okay. All right. Number 4. Don't expect to get a lot of questions from the areas of nursing that you like. For example, you are into pediatrics. Okay, you're a future pediatric nurse, you know everything about pediatrics, and yeah, like, so you're like, yeah, I know pediatrics, this and that. But should you study pediatrics? Okay, yes, you should. But let me just put you into the perspective. Okay, this Nclex is a computer adaptive test. So during your Nclex examination, you will be given few pediatrics questions, and Nclex will understand pretty fast that you're good at pediatrics. Okay, so what it will do, it will say, hey, this girl knows pediatrics very well, but she doesn't know, let's say, pharmacology, or she doesn't know delegations questions. So you will get tons and tons of questions that will test your weak areas. Okay, so it's very good that you practicing, or you reading the stuff that you like, but when it comes to Nclex exam, I highly advise you to focus on areas, especially in your last days. Focus on areas that you don't know that well. Like, usually people struggle with pharmacology, people struggle with delegations, or like priority questions. Okay, focus on those, because you'll get a lot of those questions. They're usually hard and people struggle. That's why Nclex kind of adapts to your strengths and adapts to your weaknesses. Okay, so yeah, focus on your weaknesses, and you'll see, like, you will do way better on your Nclex. Okay. Okay, let's Let's move on to factor number 5. It's very it's one of my favorites. Okay, so a lot of nursing students or future nurses, when they take Nclex, they get this fear. Okay, so let's say they're doing Nclex questions, and they finish like 20 questions, they finish 40 questions, they finish 6 questions, and it's exam, and they're very stressed, and they get this feeling, this feeling of, damn, like I think the questions are too easy. I feel like I'm failing. Okay. Others, they get overconfident and they're like, questions aren't that hard. I took UWorld, I took Kaplan, I took all these resources, and I've done harder questions. So they get overconfident. In this 2 scenarios that I just told you, one person gets overconfident and he or she will probably fail. Why? Because this exam is a very tricky exam. You just can't allow yourself become overconfident. You can't allow yourself become just comfortable. Because every question, I can say that they're very tricky, but you have to spend enough time on reading them, because what like some nurses do, like not nursing students, they focus a lot on their performance. During Nclex exam, you should not think even about performance. You shouldn't think about, oh, like I feel like I'm doing poorly, or I think I'm doing well. Just throw these thoughts away. Focus on the question. That's why you're there, not there to speculate if you're doing well or if you're doing poorly. This will get you to the place that you don't want to be. That's how people fail exams, because they either give up prematurely by saying, yeah, like the questions are too hard, or the questions are too easy, like, or I wish I spent more time studying. They get all these thoughts that they shouldn't be there. The only thing that you should think about is your question, and don't think about the performance, or yeah, the questions, they're not hard, or the questions that like very easy. Don't think about it. Take one question at a time, and focus on the question, focus on answering the question, and don't think about rating the question. Don't think about, hey, it's the questions are easy and I'm failing, because you don't know. You can't really predict that you're failing or not. In my case, let's take my case. I thought I was literally failing because questions, they weren't hard, and after 75 questions, it shut off. Yeah, like it was 74, and then it was 75, and then done. I was done. And I thought, damn, I thought I failed because questions, they weren't that hard, But I told myself, even in the middle of the exam, in the middle of the exams, I was getting the same kind of vibes. I was saying, damn, questions, they're not hard. Like, I'm probably not doing well. But then I'm like, look, you don't know that. And even during my practice, I was taking practice like tests, like and like I would get the same feeling. You gotta recognize these feelings, and I recognize it. So I'm like, look, I'm panicking right now. Okay, to panic is normal, but you gotta always explain why you're panicking. I explain myself, like, yeah, like this is stressful, this exam, but I have to focus on the questions right now. I shouldn't think about, if the questions are getting easier or the questions are getting harder. It's not my job. My job is to sit down and answer this question one at a time, and this is what you should do. Okay, so here, guys, 5 factors. Hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, like it, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.